Te presentamos una nueva locura de Telepizza, porque hay que estar loco para ofrecerte una pizza mediana por solo 4,95. Aprovechate de los martes locos. Telepizza. El secreto está en la masa.
Well, we have some injuries, but we also have a little bit of flu. Do you say the same in Spanish? Some flu in the camp. So we have some players. Big John, I call him. Big John has had it all week, and 2 or 3 other players have got a little bit of flu-like symptoms. So I've not spoke with the doctor this morning. We trained this afternoon, so I haven't got an update at this present time. But Carlos Vela is doing much better. I'm still not sure if he's ready to play 90 minutes. Carlos Martinez will come into the team because of the suspension of Josiba. So we are using the squad. Many of the players are beginning to get some minutes and giving them an opportunity to show what they can do. Yes, I mean, I always look at myself, the team first. We didn't play well. We accept that. But it's not just Elche. Our away form for this year, maybe the years before, has never been so good. So maybe, it's not too big a surprise that we're not winning away from home. But I've got to accept it. It was a poor performance. We didn't play well. Both me and the players accept that. Yes, I do. I do hope they're going to give me a present, because we want a good result. We want a better performance. So, yeah, I hope they do give me a good present. And we'll do everything we can to play well tomorrow, to get a positive performance. We play against good opposition. Villarreal are a good team. And I've made it very hard for us already this season. But our home form's been good. Most of this season, there's a discrepancy between our home form and our away form, which is too big. The biggest disappointment since I've been here is our away form. How we cannot win more regular away from home. At home, we're okay, but we have to change how we perform away from home, because it's not good enough. No, it's not revenge. It's the next fixture. The next fixture is Villarreal. We have to try and win the next fixture. I look back to that game, and I think it was maybe 65, 70 minutes, it was 0-0. And we collapsed after we lost the first goal. But we've improved since then. And I thought our performance against them in the second leg of the Cup was much better, 2-2. We played well. We had a lot of possession. We actually had a lot of crosses, lots of opportunities in the game. So I think we've improved since that game. And I'll be looking to try and show it in tomorrow's game. Yes, I do. I want to build some momentum. I want next year to be able to try and push for Europe. Sociedad's history, and some of you can correct me, I don't think Sociedad have been in Europe too many times in maybe the last 20 years. Don't know how many times. 2, maybe 3. So maybe it shouldn't be expected. But David Moyes expects to have a team who's competing for Europe. So I want to see that now. I want to see a side which is going to compete against the best teams. Villarreal, Athletic Bilbao, Barcelona. We have to show that we can compete if we have any chance of ever getting back to the levels which have been reached in recent years. So I do think that there's a lot for the players to play for. Many of them are still got to show me exactly what they can do. They'll be here. We'll have a big squad next year of players, but I want to see exactly what they can give me. And I repeat myself, we're going to have to show that we can do it better away from home. Our home form has been good. mostly good, not always, but good most of the time. But we have to show that we can win away from home, and not just win, but win more comfortably. Yes, I do. I think La Real at the moment look like a team who could finish between 10th and 13th. That's what I think. I've been here now nearly 5-6 months. I hope you get to know my style. I'm quite straightforward. I say what I think. And I think we've got a team which is probably about 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th in La Liga. Well, I don't think that is noticeable. I think the opposite. I think the players are trying really hard. They're tried right to the end of the game at Elche to get a goal back. The 2-2 result here against Deportivo was disappointing, but we tried to get the winning goal. So I think the opposite. I think the players are actually showing great commitment. They're determined to try and win the games. But sometimes in football it doesn't work that way. And small things can make it change. And at the moment, those small things in the last 2 games have not gone for us. But we're always pushing the players. We're always demanding from them. And I have to say that the players have been excellent. Their attitude's first class. So I disagree with the question, but I do think that the players are working very hard to try and get good results. Well, I've said many times, and at the start, I think Villarreal have a good team and have some very, very good players. I think Villarreal have had a long season, lots of games in the Europa League, competing at the top end of La Liga and trying to make a European spot again. I've been there before. I know exactly what it's like with Everton, similar situation. And you play the Europa League games and it has an effect on your season because you have so many games to play. You have so many midweek games. This is why you need a really strong squad. So if you want to be in Europe, you do have to have a strong squad, strong group of players who are capable of playing Thursday, Sunday, or if it's in the Champions League, Wednesday, Saturday maybe. But I do think that Villarreal have been one of the teams who impressed me as much as any team since I've come here to Spain. Well, the most important thing is always the next game. In football, the next game, always to win the next game. So we can only take one game at a time. But I have to say, it's a difficult, unfair programme, which I think we've been given to play Saturday, Tuesday, Friday, 3 games in 6 days. I think is I don't know if many other Spanish teams have had to do that this season. Maybe I'll be corrected, but I think for us to have those 3 games, 2 of them at 10 o'clock at night, I think is a ridiculous programme for us. But we play the games, we got on with it, and we may have to change the players around as we go along. But we've had to do that in recent games anyway, through injury, and with us also trying to see 1 or 2 players as well within that. Good news, because we want to get good players here. Eramendi's a very good player, and the president, myself, Lauren, we want to improve the standard. We want to get good players here. We want more competition for the team. We have to make sure we're going to win more away from home. We have to make sure that we can compete with the top 6-7 teams in Spain, and we don't have to wait another 5-10 years to get teams who are at the top of the league. We want it quickly. La Real have had some great success being in the Champions League 2 years ago, qualifying for the Europa League. So the supporters, you people, have now got a different expectation for the team. And if we want to do that again, we're going to have to make sure we add to the squad and improve it with good players. And the player you mentioned is certainly a good player. Well, at that time it was an incredible situation, because I came here in the Champions League probably about that time ago as a young player with Celtic, And Real Sociedad were a really good team. And I'm sure it's something which everybody in the city is very proud of. All the supporters are very proud of. The championship in Spain has become very difficult because there's great deals of money going to the big clubs in Madrid, in Barcelona. And I think it would make the competition much better in Spain if the money became evenly divided. I think it would give everybody in Spain a better opportunity, a better chance, because you want a league where there'll always be the best teams, but you want a league which is very competitive from the bottom to the top. And I would like to go back to a point, I hope you can get this, I'd like to go back to a point that was made in one of the questions earlier, was where somebody said, is the season over? Is the season finished? Well, I'll use the Premier League, for example. You get money for every position you finish in the Premier League. So if you finish 13th, you get money. If you finish 12th, you get more money. If you finish 11th, 10th. And it must be wrong that the setup doesn't allow a situation here, because it would mean then so many empty games. And I don't think there should be empty games. I think there should be prize money for every position you finish in La Liga. And obviously then it could make a difference to some football clubs' budget for the next season as well. And sorry, that was tagged on to one of the questions which I meant to say earlier.